In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys one of my favorite recipes. It's been in my family for many years, many generations. I've learned this recipe with my mom and I perfected it in my little way. And if you would like to see how I make these, please keep watching. In this recipe, I will be using regular flour, unbleached, of course. Every time I make bread, I only use unbleached flour. I like to use a King Arthur red or blue. Buy it from Costco. It's my favorite flour. I will be using also 2 little package or 4, actually 2 spoons, tablespoons of dry yeast. I'm not using my sourdough for this one. I love using sourdough, but I like the convenience of dry yeast. It's quicker in a way, but I'm still a sourdough girl in the heart. It takes probably 6 cups or maybe 7 depending on flour, the dry yeast, and then it's half a cup of vegetable oil, and then there is also 2 eggs, and 2 cups, 1 of water and 1 of milk. I will be warming up. You can warm up the water in the milk and not to a point where it's burning, and you add to your dough and you mix everything up, and a little bit of salt, maybe like a 1/4 of tablespoon of salt, and sugar. I like this bread to be sugary and not salty. You can actually change it if you're making a recipe where you're using ham and cheese, or you're adding different things, or you can make a pizza dough, then you would be using salt and not sugar. But since we're making rosquinha, it's and the regular home bread, it's a tradition way to use a little bit of sugar, and I like to use maybe half a cup of sugar for this. So I will list the recipe for you guys on the description. So here I'm just prepping the bread. I separated 2 pieces of bread to make on the side. As you guys can see in the beginning of the video, they almost burned. I forgot my stove on and I just walked away to fry the rosquinhas, and I'm like, oh my god, I was disappointed, but I was able to still get a good shot and we still ate a little bit. But this bread lasts for basically 3 to 4 days. If it's very fresh and it's delicious, it's not heavy. If you are lactose intolerant, I recommend using sourdough. It will help as well. And also no milk, and just use the water. You can actually cut down the milk. So here I'm just shaping my bread. As you guys can see, it's simple. It's like a little roll up, I like to call it. And I'm using my tray and I'm setting it outside to grow. This usually lasts like maybe an hour growing. If it's a very hot day, it's literally gonna take 30 minutes to grow. And I like to bake these kind of things when it's very hot outside because it helps me with the growth, and it becomes very bubbly, which I love it. So as you guys can see, I'm rolling the rosquinha into a braid shape, and that's how I like it. You can roll it into circles or maybe like a donut. I think a donut won't work because it will grow a lot and it will lose its shape. Even here you will see how much it's gonna grow, and when it's time for frying, which I like to fry it, when it's time for frying, you kind of mess up with the shape, but it's okay. It's going to go back and you're still gonna see the shape of the braid. So as you guys can see, I just cut the pieces and I start rolling. Sorry, my baby girl is sick, so I'm doing this voiceover and you guys can see her coughing in the background. She's much better now. Again, rolling up the rosquinha and just shaping it into a beautiful braid shape. And I'm gonna let them sit and grow a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and fry them. Here I am finishing the other bread, shaping it and rolling it up and putting it in a platter outside with the other one for them to grow for us to start baking. So now our bread is ready to bake and the rosquinhas are ready as well to fry. I'm just checking here and prepping the oven for us to start our baking. We are going to bake these for 350 at 350 for maybe 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. Like I said, I did went above 30 minutes, maybe like 35, 40, and they almost burned because I was too busy dealing with the Rosquinha and my daughter was helping me a little bit. But yes, so here I like to use the egg yolk with a little bit of coffee. This is a little trick that my mom passed it along to me. If you don't like the bread to be a little too dark, you can actually do just the egg yolk with a little bit of milk and shake everything up and just apply it. I like to remove, I don't know how to call it, but I like to remove that little skin the yolk has. That prevents it from smelling like eggs. So whenever you bake, take that away, remove that little skin from the yolk. This way, it's like the little yolk sack. I like, it's basically the yolk sack. And just take that out and your bread will be not smelling like eggs. So as you guys can see, I just mix a little bit of coffee and I'm just painting and brushing all over my bread. I won't do this for the rosquinha because the rosquinha will be frying. So that's basically what I do with the bread.
It's our second video, I think. Yeah, and we're making bread.
The secret about this recipe is basically no secret. It's the sugar, it's the condensed milk, it's optional, of course, but it's so soft and so delicious. You guys will love this. And as you guys can see, it's basically based on frying and turning them over and then adding sugar into a sugar honey little water bath that I do to them, and then putting them in a bowl and adding a little bit of sugar and condensed milk if you would like. You can also bake these if you would like, but we love it that way, and we don't make this very often because it's a fried meal, but it's so yummy. I'm pretty sure you guys will love this. In John 6:35, it says, "Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never go thirsty." It is very hard to trust God when you don't see things happening the way that you want them to happen, but believe that He is working towards it, and just trust in Him, set your faith upon Him, and things will come flourish. And when Jesus was talking about not ever going hungry or thirsty, He didn't not only just meant when it comes to food, but He meant in spirit. So set your trust in Him and seek Him every day, and you will never go hungry or thirsty in spirit. And that completes the recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned how to make this. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That will help me tremendously. May God bless you and your family, and enjoy your rosquinha and homemade bread. Until the next one. Bye-bye.